Moved to Brooklyn. It was out of fashion, but we liked it, which was good because it was all we could afford. It's cool now, filled with hipsters, but as much as it's changing, I'm gonna miss this place.
Hey everybody, welcome to another Name Thoughts review. This time another movie, Morgan Freeman, Diane King, Five Flights Up. Why is it called Five Flights Up, you might ask? Because they live in a Brooklyn apartment that is 5 stories up and they gotta walk up the stairs. But they're old, they can't walk that much. Even their dog is old that doesn't want to even walk those stairs up anymore. It's a comedy. It's a movie about Alex, played by Morgan Freeman, is married to his wife Diane King. They're interracial couple, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't play into the movies. It does not even play into the movie. They're a biracial couple. They moved into Brooklyn when they were younger, probably fresh out of college, and at the time it was the cheapest apartment they could afford, and also it was probably a little rundown neighborhood. However, now in the future, we are in 2015. It's nothing but hipster land, nothing but people who want a Brooklyn apartment because it's the most priciest and the rent went up and all that. So they have to move out because they're older. They can't walk up the stairs. There's no elevators in this apartment as they told in the beginning of the movie, and so they want to leave, but they don't because they're afraid that New York City got so expensive for them. I mean, Alex Morgan Freeman is a painter, and I believe Diane King's like a lawyer. She's like something. I forgot what she was, but they feel like they can't live in New York because they have to move out to the city. But they have to move out of the city. But they love that city. That city is a part of them. Another movie just like Alex Venice, but however, unlike Alex Venice, it doesn't drive into the whole Venice is a part of me. This is a movie where New York is a part of me. You know, the whole movie is about them trying to sell. The half of the movie is them trying to sell their apartment. The second half is them looking for a new apartment and dealing with the whole people, how the real estate are, with their nieces, the real estate, and dealing with people, weirdness or randomness, how people are so weird nowadays. People are assholes to people. The whole way everything is now, and then they're saying that everything's so pricey and it's not really worth what we have because it's a big apartment that we have. It's so cheap, how it was back then. Now it's so expensive, but that's like the second half of the movie. And then you have to have a problem with the dog. This movie has still plot details. Have some subplots. It has a plot about the dog that's older and whatnot. Don't want to give away too much about that. It's a dog saying you will figure out. There's another plot in this movie in which it revolves around a gasoline truck, a gas tanker truck, stuck under the bridge. I believe the Brooklyn Bridge. And throughout the whole movie, it's about that the cops and the media take it as a terrorist act because a guy, he's Muslim and he has a little, I think, a kafir, whatever, the thing that they have on their head. No offense to religion, but I don't know what's in the car. I think the Jewish term is a yarmulke, but the Jewish one there is a different religion, whatever. And they throughout the whole thing, Morgan Freeman was just watching videos, or he goes downstairs with an apartment. They're watching the news. And this is the news of the whole bombing. It's nothing happened, just that the truck is stuck there, and how he's a ethnicity of a Muslim or Arabic, whatever. They want to blame him for being a terrorist, and throughout the whole movie, you know, everybody's in New York is being a dick to him because they're watching the news. They're like, the guy is a terrorist. And Morgan Freeman feels like he's not, bro. People just adapted to this whole 9/11 thing and they want to blame people. That's the second subplot, you know? It's a different movie. It's different plots. And however, it is funny as hell. I really laughed a lot in this movie. There was a lot of funny things. Morgan Freeman gave me like a bucket list type of, or Las Vegas type of role where he's doing a comedy because of his age. He's older. Diane King, typical Diane King is a typical Diane King movie. That's the problem. Like the holiday, not because I said so. I think last year she had Michael Douglas and As So It Goes or something like that. It's a typical Diane King movie. It's a typical Morgan Freeman little comedy of coming of age, of his own age. It's a New York movie and it's a coming of age movie. It's a bunch of movies in one, and it works in a way. However, it is funny in the scenes that it gets funny. Problem that I had with the movie is that I feel like it drags on and it feels slow, and by the time you get to the second half, I kind of feel like maybe if they found easier ways to move that first half of them selling their apartment and looking for an apartment in the easier way, it wouldn't feel, because you could honestly feel it's just two different movies at the same time, plus a different subplots, like a MacGuffin type of subplot on around the movie. Because right away, it's the whole they try and sell. They don't want to sell. They're seeing the open house of their own house. Then boom, after the 40 or 30 mark is them looking for an apartment, and then their relationship. It's a bunch of movies in one, and I do feel that's what the problem is because I honestly think I'm gonna give you my rating. I want to say go see it at the movies, but it's not gonna come out to movies because I feel it's gonna come out on VOD. However, I do understand why it will come out to only direct to video or VOD because it's not production. It's a good production value. Thing is that the movie feels so sloppy in a way of it drags slow, try and give you elements of each little story plus that it has. But it is a funny movie. At the point that there are some funny stuff, a lot of the funniest parts are in the open houses that they go to and that they have, and I like that. Those are probably one of my favorite scenes. The relationship between Diane Kane and Morgan Freeman really works. They really understand each other. Even when they're showing the past when they first met, really works as well because the girl who got Diane Kane, who they got for a younger Diane Kane, looks like her in a way and tries her best to sound like her, and the guy who does young Morgan Freeman doesn't look like him, but he kind of tries his best to sound like him in a way. But it's one of those movies where I want to say go watch the movies because it's one of those typical Morgan Freeman bucket lists, a bunch of movie for the elderly, and it's great, or for you and your mom and your dad. However, I do feel like it's a lot of plots into that movie. I'm just so exhausted talking about it because there's a lot of stuff going on. I would say recommend it. I would say movie theater, I would say movies, at the movies, because it's a movie that deserves to be at the movies. But, however, I do understand that it could only be at a certain place, which is Netflix or Redbox, But that's all I have to say, really about Five Floor Sub. Go watch it at the movies if you have a movie near you, but it is a slower movie. Oh, be aware of that. I liked it a lot. I enjoyed it. It's probably a good comedy I've seen this year so far. And that's all I have to say about Five Fly Sub. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can listen to it on SoundCloud. If you are listening to it on SoundCloud, you can watch it on YouTube, everybody. Go check out my reviews on Native Thoughts podcast or SoundCloud, Native Thoughts on YouTube review, video reviews, audio reviews, doesn't matter. Go listen to everything else, whatever. Go watch other people's reviews. Also watch mine. Don't forget about that. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye, everybody.